front of the motel open for guests who want to check in. Your front. Holy shit. This was Greta? He was never, ever at a loss for words. He'd stood in front of international conglomerates and executive boardrooms and spun multi-million-dollar deals without blinking. But for some reason, staring down at the gawky adolescent who'd turned into a siren had suddenly made him a tongue-tied teenager again. Yeah, sure. Let me go move my car. Then she smiled, and his dick took notice. Perfectly even white teeth and those full, kissable lips. What the fuck was wrong with her ex-husband? This woman was a prize. Thanks. She pivoted on her bare feet and headed back to her motel. He groaned. Her ass was just as good as the rest of her body. Rounded, touchable, kissable. He was getting a hard-on. That just didn't happen to men like him who prided themselves on control. He focused his attention on the sand instead of Greta and made his way around the side of the motel back to his car. Unfortunately, she was waiting right there by the front door. I said I'd move it. Sorry, we get beach walkers all the time using this place as a parking lot. I have to protect my paying guests. He took a glance down the parking lot. Yeah, all 3 paying guests. How did she stay in business? He climbed into his car and moved it to the back of the lot, then came back to her. You don't recognize me, do you? She peeled her sunglasses off, revealing emerald green eyes he remembered all too well. With a frown, she searched his face, then scanned his body quickly before looking up at his eyes again. No, should I? Okay, so maybe it had been 20 years or so. Still, it wasn't like he'd aged badly. He was in great shape, damn it. He held out his hand. It's Mitch, Greta. Mitch Magruder. Her frown remained for a fraction of a second, then her eyes widened. Mitch? Holy shit. She bypassed the hand he held out and threw herself into his arms, pressing those full breasts against his chest. He wrapped his arms around her and tried really hard not to get an erection. That would be bad for the business he was going to propose to her. Oh my God, Mitch, she said when she pulled back, still holding on to his hands. I haven't seen you in years, like 20 years or something. How are you? Her smile was infectious. I'm doing well. And you? She shrugged. I'm managing just fine. What brings you here? Dawn said your parents retired to Hawaii to be closer to you. I heard you were quite successful. God, I'm sorry to keep you standing out here in the overhang. Come inside. She let go of one hand, kept holding on to the other, and dragged him inside. Heath, this is Mitch Magruder, she said, pulling him past the scarred tiny front desk where a young man shot his head up and stared at Mitch wide-eyed. Mitch Magruder, the famous surfer? Heath asked as they walked by. Yep, Greta said. The one and only hometown success story. I'm taking him to the house. Handle things, okay? Sure. Heath stood to lean over the counter as they walked down a short hallway into a door that Greta opened with the key in the lock. She pushed it open and he followed her through. He thought she'd take him to her office, but this was like a tiny house. Really tiny. A small living room, kitchen area with eating area adjacent, and a short hallway that must lead to bedrooms. He turned to her. You live here? She nodded and motioned for him to sit on one of the threadbare cloth sofas. I have to. I run the motel, so I'm sort of on call 24 hours a day. This place was a box. His hotel suites were bigger than this. And she lived here with 2 children? Of course, she didn't know that he already knew that. So, you live here by yourself? She had gone into the kitchen and came back with 2 glasses of iced tea, handing one off to him before sliding onto the sofa next to him. She pushed her hair off her face and smiled. No, with my kids. You have children? Her smile widened. 2. Jeff is 12 and Zoe is 10. So you must have a husband lurking about. Her smile died. No, I'm divorced. It's just me and the kids now.